I could only sort of see out the corner of my eye. How'd the pie gag go?
So the problem is, I don't know, maybe you can turn the camera a little bit so people can see so the problem is,
Oh, yeah.
the only thing is people saw my arm. Because what I'm doing during the episode is sitting like this. Because if I don't sit like this, you can see this shoulder come into shot. And what I realized as soon as you started the thing is that I can't reach the board with this arm without turning so that my shoulder comes in shot.
I wonder if I can. It's a little noticeable. We can retake that one bit.
So yeah, maybe I need to wear like a green shirt on this green shirt.
All right, hang on. Let's
the Green Man outfit. See, okay, it's like this is if I'm trying to like reach. Need to like.
Yeah, if you get in position
there.
ahead of time, there you go.
I'll go like this. Wait, this works. Sort of. Okay.
No, whinging is its own word.
What? Whinging is a word?
Yeah. Couldn't you just crop the edge? Maybe. Here, we'll try it again. Why not?
All right.
About there.
Should we start
Because
with
we can
titles?
fix it in post. No, it's okay. We can just go from this.
I've got to add it back in now.
Oh, right. Are you doing this in the streaming studio? Yep. This is all done from our streaming studio. Yeah, we could mask. Well, that's true. I could easily mask your arm out. Was that do you think it could have come across better? Like, do you think the timing and everything worked out? Because if it did, then also, hello, giant time passes graphic. If the timing worked out, I can just mask it out.
I think the timing worked out.
Okay, that's fine then. Easy peasy. Now the submachine, we are on a green screen anyway, but the recording has this in it. So it being on a green screen doesn't actually affect it. What works, as some people have said, is that it's a static background and I can just
we have that.
I can just mask Paul's arm out, so that'll work well.
All right. So I figured out. Wait. So I figured out that if I go like this and reach forward, you can see my shoulder.
Admiral Mamo, according to dictionary.com, whinge is a British term, meaning complaining persistently and in a peevish or irritating way. So it's not like whining is like, I'm whining, because this is the noise you make when you're whining. It's like it's the noise more than what you're actually doing. And whinging is like consistently complaining in a really annoying way. So.
And wenge is a kind of wood.
Wenge is a kind of wood.
Unrelated, but so yeah. So normally when I'm doing checkpoint, I'm sitting like this.
And I've got like my chair like right up between Paul's thighs.
Yeah, and so I'm just out of shot. And so if I go like this, that shoulder comes in shot. But I realized that apparently I can go like this, and it's okay. Anyway, so silly.
I didn't see that MTV CDM. Yahoo Games is shutting down?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
Whoops. That's not a big deal, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the old game portals.
You can whine and whinge simultaneously? I think so.
I think your whinging can be done in the form of whining.
Yep. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, Yahoo is
Dr. Wreckage.
having a lot of problems.
I haven't yet, but I will... you know what? I will set up that upload while I'm waiting for Checkpoint to render. Once we get off screen. What are those squares on the back wall? Oh, yeah.
Those are plugs.
Sometimes they're more visible than others. Like right now, they're not visible at all. But if I put some shadow nearby, there you go. That's
ghost plugs.
That's a blank plate. That's a blank plate. This one is electrical, and this is Ethernet.
That isn't connected to
That's a
anything.
phone jack. Actually, it's not connected to anything. But if I move away, they disappear.
We need like because because of the positioning of the light.
It's because of the sensitivity of the
we
green
need
screen
just
filter.
a little teeny light on this side to just give a little fill on them.
This mark here, that's actually that's part of the picture.
Yeah.
That was on the old checkpoint wall.
Or at least when we took the picture.
Yeah. So.
Green screen is weird.
Didn't that backdrop once have ports in it from the original backdrop? Yeah, it's off the bottom. It's a crop. Yes. All right. Let's talk about...
Put blue electrical tape over it to match the wall. Wait, no. Different thing.
Yeah. So yeah, big news from today. Okay, we can turn the notifiers back on, I guess. Whip. Wait. Whip. Wow, man, I see what you mean about this mouse. It's got no
feedback.
Feedback, yeah. Yeah, the big news from today is this mark here. That one's on your monitor. There was I remember that as a gag from Muppet Babies.
Really?
Yes. Baby Gonzo. There was he was like, they splashed stuff on the screen or something, and so he was like wiping off like the camera, like theoretically, it wasn't actually a camera, but he was like wiping stuff off, and then there was one black mark that he was like, oh, that one must be on your side.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, big news from today is the Xbox One cross-platform play. So Rocket League has had PS4 and PC cross-platform since it came out on PS4. So they're adding Xbox One and PC cross-platform to Rocket League. That's the first game out of the gates with this. But what Xbox has said is basically, we want to have cross-platform. We're open for this, but you have to come. The rest of you have to come over here as well.
Hasn't PS4 always been PC cross-platform a bowl?
Well, it depends on the game.
But because Xbox One, there was actually there was actually problems with making Xbox One games cross-platform.
I think so.
Whereas I think PS4 you could do it. It just some people didn't.
Arborist Andrew, no, it did not get missed. For Checkpoint, we bank them all and do a big sub-welcome list.
Although if you subbed during the Checkpoint episode,
you wouldn't have seen the thing pop. But that one, yours popped it because I saw it. So, yeah.
I mean, PS3 was back in the day when, PS4, is all different. So PS3, that was during the time for the PS3, that was when Sony had just totally washed their hands of the whole thing. They were like, here's a system. Do what you want with it.
Apparently, this is the reason Final Fantasy 15 did not come out on an Xbox system, because Xbox didn't want to allow crossplay.
Well, because there's the whole thing where, at least at the time, there was everything. Xbox stuff had to all go through Xbox Live, and there was a whole bunch of stuff. Whereas PS3 was like, no, it's got a network port. Do what you want. Yep. Eventually, PlayStation was like, we should probably do something, and then they came up with PS Plus, and the PS4 has more stuff. But
14.
Yeah, PlayStation was initially.
Sorry, I was reading Sigalis's message, but yeah, they meant 14.
But yeah, Sony was originally kind of laissez-faire about the whole networking thing.
Yeah, Thor Sokar. Yeah, the Xbox originally just said you can't do it. So this is them changing their mind. Probably for the better. Darred00, yes, there should be a new Sidewalk Slam coming this week. I think we're going to record it on Wednesday, so we'll see. Yeah, Bill Gates didn't ask me anything, and again, it's anything. He was answering all kinds of questions that were not related to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but it was like, hey, I'm here for another AMA. Melinda and I just released our 8th annual letter. So, here's all the cool things we're doing with the foundation. And, of course, people were asking all sorts of different questions. But, yeah, someone was like, hey, can we have more Age of Empires? And he's like, okay.
No, yeah, how many empires do you want?
How many empires do you need? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main thing that's interesting about that is, of course, people ask stupid questions all the time.
Yeah.
But that question got like the most upvotes.
Yeah.
Like it got put to the top of the list, and he's like,
Also, why do people keep buying Bill Gates Reddit Gold during his AMAs?
I don't know. I
It's
never
like-
quite understand like the how Reddit Gold, the like, requirements for buying somebody Reddit Gold, or what things deserve Reddit Gold or what. No, it's very silly.
Havoc TF, yeah, Kathleen wrote the iOS story and the coming up this week.
Yay.
So, proof of life. There you go. What is Reddit Gold? Reddit Gold,
It's just
it takes the ads away?
yeah. The main purpose of it is it takes the ads away and gives you a little thing by your name.
You get to go into a subreddit that's like the VIP line. Someone once bought me a month of Reddit Gold once, and I was like, oh, neat, what's this do? And then I was like, oh.
It's mostly, it's as Dared00 says, it's just basically like a super upvote. It's an upvote, but it actually I think it's like $5 or something.
Yeah.
And obviously it's also one of the main ways, or one of the ways that Reddit makes money these days too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when there was all the drama about that person getting, there's like a beloved one of the people, like actually to do with AMAs, one of the people who moderated the AMAs who got fired or had to leave the company or various things, and there was like a big protest about it, and and one of the things that people were talking about sort of as a way of protesting, if you want to keep using Reddit, is stop buying people gold, because that's a way to do it.
So the App Store story, it's interesting because when they do at the Apple press conferences, when they talk about how many apps are available, I'm surprised that only 551,000 of them are games.
Yeah, that does. I mean, I guess obviously that's a lot.
Yeah.
But then when that, for some reason, like just the way the brain works, like 551,000 games, it's like, wow, that's a lot of games, but it's not a huge amount. But then when that gets translated into 500 a day,
yeah,
and of course,
that's a lot.
Apple, has.
It's always recorded, Nebony. It goes up on youtube.com/loadingreadyrun.
I mean, Apple has, rightly so in a lot of ways, gotten a lot of flack for their review process at the App Store, but it does give you an idea of the magnitude of the problem.
It's better review process than Steam.
That there is a review process.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously we were sort of interpreting the numbers as we chose, but yeah, how many of those 551,000 are clones? Exactly, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the games, as Arik, as somebody who works for an App Store, 99% of all apps are junk.
Yeah. The Division, biggest release of the past week, I think. The
apparently Ubisoft's biggest 24 hours ever,
which is amazing.
And they're saying that they also are. The other thing they're promoting is they have, of the top 4 original licenses that have been released, I think ever actually, they have the top 3 like opening weekend sales of original licenses. They say original licenses, so Call of Duty doesn't count.
Right. The
obviously Call of Duty beats everything all the time. But
the joke at the end of that story, by the way, this is an example of me protecting against impending YouTube comments. Because what I wanted the punchline of that story to be was just the shame on you, Tom Clancy. But I just know that like 70% of people won't get it and will take to the comments and go, Graham, Tom Clancy's dead and he had no part in this game. And then my response would be, yes, that's the joke. So I just was like, all right, I'll just put in a bit about his disembodied spirit so people know that I know that he died 3 years ago.
Do you think, like, there's got to be a lot of people who, at this point, are like Tom Clancy. Oh yeah, the guy who made all those video games.
Yeah, the Rainbow Six guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to the author.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I remember there's a great Onion article that came out a little while after 9/11 that had the headline was just.
They're still Zeke. They're still labeled Tom Clancy because Red Storm and Ubisoft bought the name rights basically to just put his name on a bunch of games. I don't know that he's been involved in even years before his death. It's actually totally dubious and nebulous whether he was involved at all with the games. So sorry,
but an Onion article that came out a little while after 9/11 was just the headline was just Tom Clancy treated like an actual terrorism expert, because it was true. Like they like had him on like various like news programs and stuff to talk about things, and it's like it's easy to be an expert on the terrorists that you made up in your books. Like you probably did he did a bunch of research on it, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway. Apparently some people are having some Twitch issues, but obviously not everybody is, and we're not dropping frames to use the standard streamer line.
Yeah, he was so Tom Clancy founded or co-founded Red Storm, which made like the original Rainbow Six games and stuff. And I'm not saying that he wasn't involved originally, but when you look at the list of hang on, let me
I mean the original games were based on his novels, but they have obviously gone way past anywhere where his novels.
If you look at Tom Clancy's, the video game franchise, so Rainbow Six, and then like a ton of expansions. Rainbow Six 3. Oh, those are all the Rainbow Six. So it's Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, End War, Hawks.
I think it was Rainbow Six was the first ones, and there were actually Rainbow Six books.
Yeah. The extent of Clancy's actual involvement with the creation of the games and development of intellectual properties, if any, was unclear. Like The Division, I am positive he had no involvement in.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, Cranberger. I'm pretty sure Hawks was just a game that they were like, wait, we'll call it Tom Clancy's Hawks. Yeah. So, Tom Clancy's Midnight Bacon.
I mean, to be fair, like if I was Tom Clancy, like the Tom Clancy's series of games, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, all the Division, but all like the big name franchise under that heading. Pretty good.
The Splinter Cell games are sweet.
Splinter Cell, like those games, in terms of a game to like lend your name to, like he's doing a lot better than a lot of other people. I mean, Tony Hawk had some great ones, then not so much.
Yeah. Tom Clancy's Applewood Smoked Pulled Pork. Foxmar was asking
Tom Clancy's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Opinions on the Division. Division's pretty fun. It's gorgeous. Like visually, it's amazing, and the level of detail is super impressive. And I like how vertical the map can be in some situations, like climbing up on roofs or going down in sewers. I like that, and that's fun. The missions are fun, particularly with people, because then you can actually like flank the enemies and stuff. So that's cool.
You can play them solo, but you
can. Yeah, it's more difficult. But then the bad guys sort of scale a little bit. Like I was level like 4 and was playing with 3 other people from the Destiny clan that were level like high 20s, 30, and all the bad guys scaled to their level. So the bad guys' level number was just a skull because it was way too high for me. If they just looked at me funny, I was down. So I just sort of
you're like
hung at the back.
I will hide in this.
But like the abilities are fun and everything, so that's cool. Thematically, very weird. Thematically strange, and I have problems with it. But
like the story, is there a story to it? Really?
Yeah, it's not great. It's pretty stupid, actually. Like really stupid.
I mean, if we're talking about competing with Destiny, they don't have a lot, in terms of like release stories. It wouldn't take much to be up to and including Destiny.
Destiny had plenty of lore, though.
Right.
Right? Because I disagree, Craddock. I do not think it was better than Destiny. Because Destiny had a ton of lore and world building and this amazing sort of like world that they created. This is just shitty New York. And like the world is...
Yeah, like Destiny's...
It's a little bit in the future.
Destiny's problem was more not telling you about all the cool stuff they had going on.
Yeah.
As opposed to not that it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah. That's actually... I've seen that like just on like the comments for some of these articles about Destiny or about Division. I've seen that actually mentioned a few times. And people are like, it's really great. I kind of wish they had chosen any other city other than New York.
Oh, God.
Just because everywhere
it's always New York.
It's always New York.
Yeah, but it's like, there was some sort of viral outbreak. It's unclear why it was actually done. Pretty sure it was terrorism. It's a little unclear. So there was like a flu that they have a couple different names for, like the green poison or the dollar flu, or like a couple different names for it.
Doesn't seem so bad.
So things went to hell in a handbasket in New York, and it got out of control, and the police couldn't stop it. And it's implied the National Guard couldn't stop it either, which seems insane. And then the Division gets activated. And the Division is like a super, super secret government secret group of gruff-looking men and women who wear a lot of leather and khaki, and who could have been anyone. They could be your friends, but when they get the call, they have to drop everything and go and be the Division, and then they have to take back the city by going around and fucking murdering everybody.
Is there a sequence of people like doop-a-doop-a-doo teaching class on like home economics, and then getting the call and being like, fuck this, poof, throw everything and run out?
I'm not talking about the National Guard I'm not talking about the National Guard stopping a virus. I'm talking about the National Guard stopping the people looting New York. That's what you're doing. You're stopping essentially looters. Like, they all have guns, and they'll shoot you first, but that's it. It's like, huh. Okay.
I actually have a huge fondness for that like, the activation, like as like a just like that sequence. I find those very entertaining.
The opening titles is pretty good. One of them is a fireman. He's like going to get into the fire truck, and then his watch goes like boom, and he's like, oh well, guess.
It's like if there are riots going on,
guess I got to go be the Division.
We would need the fireman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway.
It reminds me of the other other Ubisoft stuff with the like Splinter Cell, where he's part of Third Echelon, right, which is the super secret organization. But then in I forget one of the ones in just the trailer. I think it might be the most recent one. The trailer is like all this like doom and gloom sort of Mission Impossible style, where like, Third Echelon has been compromised, blah blah blah. Everyone's dead. Oh no, it's terrible. And then it's like everything's destroyed. Third Echelon's gone. And then it'll be like, we have to activate Fourth Echelon. Fourth Echelon. It's like, you don't just get to make up new echelons, especially if it's just the same guy who was there before. That's just more Third Echelon.
His office is in a giant elevator that just goes down to the lower floor.
It's like, you don't get
now we're in Fourth Echelon.
Yeah. It's like, how's Fourth Echelon different? It's like, we already can kill people. We already have the fifth freedom.
Yeah. So anyway, all that said, might be doing a stream of that later this week.
Sweet.
With some guests. And then, yeah, like I said, the Assassin's Creed pre-order, movie pre-order. It's like, I get that Assassin's Creed is a known quantity. So if you want Assassin's Creed stuff, I can understand this. But it is pre-order bundles for a movie that you haven't seen.
Is this the first time, like, this is the first time I've heard about it, but is this the first time...
I've never heard of this company before.
What about, like, movie pre-orders?
It's the first one I've heard of, but this kernel thing exists.
Like the idea of doing, like, promo crap for movies, obviously, isn't that uncommon.
Yeah.
But the idea of doing it as, like, a pre-order thing, like you would do a video game... Oh, they're doing Point Break.
They did ones for Point Break. If you, for $30, you could get your movie ticket to the new Point Break and a Monster Energy hoodie.
Nice.
Why?
So yeah, apparently they've done stuff for other things.
So yeah, there you go. This is probably their biggest one.
Also, we didn't talk about it in the story, but apparently, so the movie's coming out in the end of the year sometime. I forget what the actual date on the movie is.
The Assassin's Creed movie?
Yeah. December. Apparently, Assassin's Creed 2 is in pre-production.
Already greenlit, yeah. Yep.
So,
to be fair, Slickman, the Assassin's Creed hoodie actually looks pretty sweet. The Monster Energy hoodie is just a normal kangaroo hoodie with just a giant Monster Energy logo on the front.
But the
Assassin's Creed hoodie actually looks kind of rad. Like, hang on, where is it? Was it this story? Yeah. What? Look at that.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of dope.
Like, if it's, well, yeah. No, when you zoom into it, it starts looking a little less cool.
It's a little weird, but I don't know. I kind of like asymmetrical, kind of like generally cool looking stuff.
The only problem is that
I just want everyone to dress like everybody does in Deus Ex.
Like, I feel like that style of hoodie and that style of jacket could be super cool, but the fact that it's a Assassin's Creed promotional item automatically like halves its coolness.
You can never tell anybody that. Be
right.
Like, oh, it's a sweet hoodie. Where'd you get it? Oh, I just found it in this tiny shop somewhere. I was on vacation. You know.
And also,
it's like, oh, it's a movie promo for Assassin's Creed. It's like, oh, that's...
It also means that it's probably not like that well made. Yeah. Also, they don't show like the back or what I want is that you like spend however much, like $250 or whatever it is to get the promo thing with the hoodie, and then you like get it and it's got like a giant like Assassin's Creed logo on the back or something.
The Natsan, the new Deus Ex, Human Revolution, and the forthcoming one, the name of which escapes me from the time being. Something... nope. Can't remember. Anyway. What was the other thing I was going to say? Nobody knows. Oh, yeah, right. Iconic hat.
Mankind Divided.
Thank you. Mankind Divided. Check out today's Jimquisition, because it's all about Ubisoft using the word iconic. And it's pretty funny. He goes off on Aiden Pierce's dumb hat.
To be fair... Dressing like, aside from the iconic hat, of course, dressing like Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs wouldn't be that tough.
No.
Like, he's just kind of wearing normal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, finding the right shade of yellow for your coat would be tricky. But.
Yeah.
All right. So...
we talked about this a little bit last time, right?
Yeah, so we talked about this last time, this thing about...
Steph Curry.
Seth.
Seth?
Oh, no, Steph. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Steph Curry. So there's this thing we talked about this last time, but Steph Curry is a NBA player whose 3-point shot is so amazing, and he does it from so far back that
they can't adequately reflect it in the game without making everyone else garbage.
Yeah, without breaking the game.
Yeah.
And so this is what they've decided to do as a solution, right? They found a solution. What they're actually going to do is in the next update that comes out, there's going to be a special like basically Steph Curry badge that's like a special like enhancement that only he gets. Theoretically, they could use them for other people, but basically, it's like an enhancement that only he gets to bring him up to where he is supposed to be. But it allows them to do that without actually changing like his overall stats, or without changing how the stats are calculated or whatever. But yeah,
it's pretty great.
I love that he is too good for the game.
Yeah. Hey, Featherweight. We thought this was kind of funny too. The next Hearthstone expansion is called Whispers of the Old Gods, which is just kind of funny. The timing of that relating to when you look at, because people like to make comparisons between Hearthstone and Magic all the time. When you look at this year in Magic, from Battle for Zendikar to Shadows over Innistrad, and you look at the trailer for Whispers of the Old Gods, which is about an old god in a gothic town and everything, and it's sort of like
big tentacle monsters. It's like the development period and the secrecy that both companies are very tight on means that there's pretty much no way that they actually like copied each other.
Yeah.
But of all the things that you could do an expansion about, I mean,
it's just the timing.
Magic has 25 years of doing expansions about other things.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the first Zendikar. Even the first like couple things of Zendikar. And Hearthstone has a bunch of expansions and has the whole of, WoW history to go on. Somehow they converged on doing the same things in the same year. It's a little embarrassing.
Yeah. And what else? Oh yeah, this was sweet. There was an emulator, or there is an emulator, called Nesticle. No, that's something else. Sorry. No, the 3D Nest project. Sorry, Nesticle is a different thing. Different emulator. So the 3D Nest project it makes three-dimensional, like what's sometimes called 2.5D, like side scrollers with depth out of old NES games. Like it interprets a NES game into a 3D space to differing degrees of success. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So it like looks at Mario Brothers or Mega Man and sees how sort of tries to work out what the depth is, and it doesn't always work. Like sometimes you get things in the background that should be in the foreground. It tends to assume that like the edges of objects are further back than the center of an object. But let me see if I can pull up a video for you guys to see.
What's kind of cool about this though is that like people have made like 3D Mario Brothers in Quake Engine or whatever before, but the idea is that this is actually doing it on its own.
Yeah,
just running off the ROM of, because it is actually like playable in the browser, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, here we go. Let's show you a video. Hang on. Da 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 da. Screen capture. Capture the screen.
Grab that screen.
All right, the screen has been captured.
Gotcha.
So, check this out. This video is 20 minutes long. So here's Dr. Mario. So like the bugs look a little messed up.
Yeah.
But
shows you can rotate it around and stuff.
Yeah. And here's some Contra.
Ooh, the scrolling is weird.
Yeah, because of course, its different depths disappear at different times because, of course, on the side scroller it's all one thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is just sort of like interpreting. There's more Contra. Here's some Mega Man. Please go away, ads. Up the ladder.
It's super weird,
right?
I wonder.
It's pretty impressive, and I don't know how. I don't know how it interprets it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if
because it like obviously it's not perfect system, but it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I like the I love the UI sticking out from the background.
Yeah, with like a little shadow on it.
What's this? Some Zelda?
This is,
Zelda's
Adventure of Link.
Yeah, this is not great.
Again, the little shadow of the dude is funny though.
Yeah, this one's not perfect. Oh, here we go. Ah, ugh. One Plamber game. Doop-a-doop-boop. Oh,
Whoa.
yeah, you see the...
That didn't work.
Situations like this where it really falls apart. But in the level... Oh, yeah. So in this one, he's like behind some of the stuff, but, you know, because you can get behind those, right?
Right. You can't get behind the white ones.
Yeah, so it's gotten confused in some situations. Anyway, the point is, it's really sweet that this is all being sort of generated.
Yeah. I would imagine that
Oh, yeah, Castlevania.
if
Ugh.
they...
Oh, that's hard to look at.
Like, if they actually, like, went in and put, like, you know, some like, hinting on a game-by-game basis...
Yeah.
You could
Oh, that was
probably tighten it up
Did
a
you see
lot.
that happen live there? It was like, oh, this must be in the foreground, and then a sprite started walking in front of it, and it went, oh, wait, whoop, whoop. Nope, this is background. Oh, but the part of the... Do you see part of the curtain? Like, part of the bottom part of the curtain sprite is wall. So look, you see that there's a little bit of wall at the bottom of the curtain sprite because it's a different object. But then when they jump, they're like, oh wait, this is supposed to go in front. So in a second, it sort of figures out, oh, these should be in the back. There.
Boom.
Then they go, whoop, these are in the back now.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
So yeah, it needs some work, obviously, but it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, there's definitely some very tricky learning algorithms going on.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Anyway.
So yeah, that's most of what we have to talk about, to be honest.
It's cool.
So now we will do... Wait, hang on. I want to do... Wah! I moved the wrong thing.
Well, we're doomed now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait, if I hold down... Is that snap? There we go. All right. I wanted to do... Because then you can go... Whoop, whoop. I just like that you can adjust. And then... Anyway, let us welcome the people who have subscribed today. Beowulf with a 31-month resub. Goodness me, thank you so much, Beowulf, for 31 months of continued support. Very much appreciated. Admiral Mamo, chat moderator extraordinaire. 26-month resub. Welcome back, Admiral Mamo. Thank you so much. MTV CDM, 17-month resub from MTV CDM. Welcome back. Devin Sanity with a 27-month resub.
Woo.
Welcome back, Devin Sanity. Exachix Kitsune. I can pronounce Kitsune, and I always stumble over Exachix, I guess? With a 6-month resub, welcome back,
Woo.
Kitsune, and thank you so much for your 6 months of support. Loot much. You try looting much, huh? 12 months of support from Loot Much. 1 year.
That's what you yell at like a bard.
Yeah.
Who
Hey,
isn't
Bard, loot much?
Who isn't playing
And
very
they're
well.
like, hey,
Oh,
I...
I've been working really hard. Oh.
This is a dulcimer, man. Piss off.
Yeah, loot better.
Bing, 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 bing. Bezakrik with a 13-month resub. Welcome back, Bezakrik. Thank you so much. Kraduk, Crad0K with a 4-month resub. Welcome back, Kraduk. Stoffern with a 30-month resub. Welcome back, and thank you so much for 30 months of support, Stoffern. Tino Didrikson with a 5-month resub. Welcome back, Tino Didrikson. Zabaron with a 29-month resub. Welcome back, Zabaron. Alan Byrne also with a 29-month resub. Double 29s. Darrowkin with a 24-month resub. Welcome back, Darrowkin, and thank you for 24 months of support. 2 years from Darrowkin. Cartanios with a 16-month resub. I couldn't not do it. 16 months resub from Cartanios. Thank you so much. Malakorath, a new subscriber.
Yay.
Welcome to the party, Malakorath. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. Pongo Sapiens with a 24-month resub. 2 years from Pongo Sapiens. Thank you for 2 years of support. Lance Cross with a 26-month resub. Thank you so much, Lance Cross. Welcome back. Pleased to have you. Indie Star X with a 9-month resub. Welcome back, Indie Star X. Thank you for 9 months of support. That's what I get for looking away from
9 months
from the list for the briefest second. Optimus Jamie has just subscribed. Welcome, Optimus Jamie, a new subscriber.
Nice.
Welcome to the channel, Optimus Jamie.
Use the matrix of power wisely, Optimus Jamie.
Mm-hmm. Arborist Andrew and their lovely trees. Welcome back for 6 months. Thank you so much for 6 months of support, Arborist Andrew. Lion's Eye Diamond. Sacrifice your hand for 26 months of support. Thank you so much.
So broken.
Lion's Eye Diamond. Very much appreciated. MDK Marshall with a 22-month resub. The sub train don't stop either. 22 months of support from MDK Marshall. Thank you very, very much. Negative View. I hold a positive view of Negative View with their 20 months of support. Thank you so much, Negative View, and welcome back. Collapsing Hrung Disaster with a 21-month resub.
Oh my god!
The Hrung has collapsed.
The humanity.
It's a disaster.
Possibly.
Thank you so much for 21 months of support. JD Steele 0001. JD Steele 1 with a 4-month resub. Welcome back, JD Steele. Samdaharu with an 11-month resub. Welcome back, Samdaharu. Merciary with a 4-month resub. Welcome back, Merciary. Thank you for 4 months of support. Ember Becky with a 25-month resub. Welcome back, Ember Becky. Thank you for 25 months of support. Click. Mercano82 with a 27-month resub. Welcome back, Mercano82. Thank you for 27 months. 100 Abraham Lincolns have subscribed for combined 17 months, and thank you so much to all 100 of you.
1,700 months all put together. That's a long...
Insert witty phrase here says, what is a hrung and why is it collapsed? I don't know, but it was a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly it's something that you want not collapsed.
Yeah. Malk with an 18-month resub. Welcome back, Malk.
100 Abraham Lincolns say we thank you. 100 Abraham Lincolns agree.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Loading Ready Live channel.
Welcome back, Malk, and thank you for 18 months of support. Astravex with a 10-month resub. Welcome back, Astravex. Thank you for 10 months of support. The Bread is Delicious. A new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. The Bread is Delicious. Happy to have you here.
Glad you liked the bread.
Oh, the collapsing Hrung disaster. Right. I frequently forget this. It's a Hitchhiker's Guide reference. Sometimes I remember. Often I forget. But yeah. Don't need that person in chat. Silent Talker with a 12-month resub. Welcome back, Silent Talker. Thank you so much for 1 year from Silent Talker. Very much appreciated. And finally, so far, Zaphon with a 5-month resub. Welcome back, Zaphon.
Woo!
Thank you so much for 5 months of support. Thank you all. All Mankind says, I'd rather fight 100 Abraham Lincolns than, well, not much. But you're All Mankind. If we're going to pit 100 Abraham Lincolns versus All Mankind, I feel like All Mankind has the edge. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade on Abraham Lincoln here, but I feel like All Mankind could probably take out 100 Abraham Lincolns.
Theoretically, that would... Because All Mankind would theoretically include at least one Abraham Lincoln.
That's true, yeah.
Unless maybe we're talking about all, like, current mankind. In which case, no.
Reinard, your resub didn't register. No, it didn't. I did not see it. I am so sorry. How many month thing? When did... Welcome back. Welcome back, Reinard.
Yay!
For an amount of time.
100 Abraham Lincolns do have historical precedence at the Senate. Yeah. I remember there's a great... I saw a great post on a blog I was reading that was like, there's a new photograph had been uncovered that was taken, and it's suspected that it might be the last photograph ever taken of Abraham Lincoln. Like theoretically, it was taken like the day of the theater performance where he died. But it's not like it's a really kind of like the people are kind of, it's like a group photo and the people are kind of far away, but there's a guy who looks kind of like Abraham Lincoln. And some people are like, oh wow, this is really cool. And then some historians like in the comments or whatever are like, the people you think is Abraham Lincoln, you think you can't see him very well. You think he's Abraham Lincoln because he's a guy wearing a stovepipe hat. That was a pretty common hat at that time.
There's a guy with a beard and a hat. Must be Lincoln.
It's like
if I know one thing, I know that Lincoln had a beard and a hat.
Just because that's how we like envision Abraham Lincoln. That was actually not that uncommon a method of dress at the time. This could be anybody.
Wow.
So there may have actually been 100 different Abraham Lincolns, and we all just think it's the same person.
Who knows?
Because he dressed similarly.
It is an iconic hat. Dark Abyss Keeper, I did. Thank you. I will get back to you. And, hey, there's another one. Dillox82 with the 6-month resub. Welcome back, Dillox82. Very much appreciate your 6 months of support.
Yay.
Alrighty, tighty. So, it is 2:25. That means we are a mere 35 minutes away from Paul Times.
Yes.
What is Paul Times today?
It is still, speaking of hats, it's still the Minish Cap. We are we've got to be pretty close to the end. The trick with Minish Cap is like just the way it's organized is I kind of thought I was near the end for quite a while. Because there's only like theoretically there's like 4 dungeons or 4 like things that you have to get. I didn't realize that, but it's like you have to go to this dungeon. That dungeon is in the middle of the ocean. In order to get to that dungeon, you need like the flippers. It's like, okay, I'll go get the flippers. In order to get the flippers, you need to get this. In order to get this, you need to get... And so it's like, what I thought was like the next dungeon turns out to be like, there's 5 other things I have to get before I can get to that dungeon. Which is cool, you know, that's sort of that's the way the game is designed and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's stuff, but it makes it hard to gauge how far I am through the game. I'm pretty sure I'm near the end now, though. But I said that last week.
MTV CDM, yeah. Kathleen almost died after like 40. Not really, but you know, ran out of steam after about 40 subs. And that was 37. But to be fair, I'm not doing an entire like minute to 2 minute skit.
Yes.
On each name. So, yeah, but by design, I will add. That's the whole reason. Hello, the icy hand of death. Welcome to the channel. So, don't go away, anybody. Stream's going to go offline for about half an hour, and then it will return with Paul playing more of the Minish Cap.
Yay!
So, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.